everybody, Tri-City Eric here, coming at you with a response to Mototalks 21 and SoCal Ninja Riders' latest Mototalk is what is your most memorable ride? First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to all the panel members involved in the Mototalks series. Goatfather, 4 and 6 Ninja, SoCal Ninja Rider, and the White Ninja 636. Thank you guys for putting on this Mototalks series, and thanks to SoCal Ninja for giving me the call out on this particular video. So, you know, it's been a while since I've ridden, and I was going over my memory of, you know, what was my most memorable ride. And I came across a ride that I did, it must have been in 1991 or 92. And my first bike was a Yamaha 400 Special. So I rode that bike for a while, and every time I get it up past about 60-70 miles an hour, it had a little bit of head shake. It was kind of a scary ride. So I ended up being the victim of a workforce reduction. I used to work up at Compact Computers, and it wasn't that I was one of their bad employees. It was just I was one of the last in, first out kind of an issue deal. And they tried to keep everybody in my department in, but it just didn't happen. So anyway, I got my workforce, and I got my reimbursement for my 401k that I had been building up, and it was about $2,500, $3,000, you know. And I started thinking about it, man, maybe it's time to upgrade my bike, you know. Might as well enjoy, you know, some toys. And I was only 21, so I wasn't really worried about rolling it back into the new 401k or whatever. So I was looking around, and then one of my cousins came into town, and they had a friend, and we all went out to dinner. And this guy, he was local, but I didn't even know him. But he had just recently gotten married, and he had bought a bike, and before that, and his new wife said, you know, with the baby on the way and everything, hey, time to get rid of the bike. So the bike, it was a 1991, and mind you, this is in 92. It was a 1991 Honda CBR 600F. And it had about 2,300 miles on it. And I was talking to the guy, and he's like, you know, he just pay it off. He says that'd be great for me. And he owed about $2,000 on it. And then he said, well, the only thing is, the thing was that he had already brought it to the dealership, and they were preparing it for sale because they were going to consign it, and they were going to make a little money, and he was going to make his money. And so I went and talked to the guy at the dealership. It was out in Stafford, Texas, and he showed me the bike, and it was all dusty, but man, it was beautiful. It had been repainted pearl white. The guy gave me a matching pearl white helmet. The helmet was a size large though, so it was kind of big on me. Every time I'd give it a bunch of throttle, it'd, like, you know, slide forward on my head and hit the bridge of my nose, which was kind of painful, but, you know, oh well. But anyway, I ended up getting the bike out of the shop for about $750, so $2,750 out the door. I had me a 1991 Honda CBR 600F in 92 that had a brand new paint job, matching helmet, and man, it was awesome. So I get up to the dealership, and the sales guy asked me, he says, hey, you ever ridden a sport bike? And I was like, well, no, you know, I have not. So he made me sit down and watch an entire episode of Keith Coe's Twist of the Wrist, you know, to give me a little bit of theory behind me. And, you know, by the end of that video, I was ready to ride. So I get on the bike, you know, hands me the keys, and the first thing I got to do is go and stop, and then I got to go up an incline out into traffic. So I'm like, well, shit, you know, I wasn't familiar with the clutch, and, you know, this bike was a whole lot different than what, you know, what I was used to. So but I managed to get out of there and get on my way home. And I remember, you know, it on the way home, I was riding on the one of the beltways in Houston, and I had to prop the helmet up with my hand because, like I said, it was a little large, and when I was putting my hand on the tank, and I'd held the helmet with my hand, and I remember I was going about 90, and I could like turn the helmet to one side or the other side, and man, the bike would just move over into this lane and move over into that lane, and it was smooth, man. It was real smooth. The guy, whoever tuned the carbs, rejetted them and cleaned everything up, man, did an excellent job. So I get all the way home, and fixing to turn into my driveway, and neutral fail. So I go to turn into my driveway, and I'm used to driving a bike, and I put my foot down on that rear brake, and that rear end started sliding a little bit, so I crossed the front end up, and I'm actually traveling sideways down the street at this point. Brand new motorcycle, beautiful bike, and I'm going sideways, and then I wasn't going that fast, so at the last minute, I let off the throttle a little bit, and the bike straightened up and shoot right into the driveway. So that was perfect, man. It was awesome, and that was my most memorable ride. So hope that does it for you, SoCal Ninja Rider. Thanks for the call out, and feel free to share my video. I know you guys will. Remember, everybody, like, comment, subscribe. I'm a growing guy, need a little help. So until next time, it's gonna be Tri-City Eric. Peace, I'm out of here.